Okay, so good morning. I really hope the audio levels on this works properly, because if not, I've no way to find out until later on. So today I am recording this in my new office. This is out my back garden, shooting on a 5R Canon, or R5 even, 24 105mm f4 lens. It's actually an EF lens with an adapter on it. Small rig cage with a Atomos Ninja 5V or 5 Plus, even V Plus, whatever you call it. On top, that's actually doing the recording. This is recording at 8K ProRes to a 1TB SSD attached. So I am sitting on a sofa, but the camera is sitting on a tripod with a newer gimbal something or other. I don't even know what this thing is called. All the links are in the description. But anyway, so after all of that, the reason for this video, other than to show you where potentially I'm going to be recording videos from in the future, is to do a unboxing. I know I do unboxings a lot, but this one I'm hoping is going to be different. Well, actually, it's not going to be different. I don't even know where I left it. I did bring that down with me, didn't I? You feckin' idiot, you didn't bring what you were supposed to be unboxing. Either that or I have left it somewhere intelligent. You feckin' moron. Right. Cut. Okay, so I'm back, and this time I actually have the item that I'm going to unbox. So it is a CalDigit TS4. Their Thunderbolt 4 station. Now I'm going to move to the desk now in a second, where I'll do the actual unboxing. But essentially, some of the features of this: there's a total of 18 ports on it. It will output 98 watts of battery, or 98 watts of charging power. So I work with Dell XPS 15s. Actually, I deal with XPS 13s as well. Same with the Lenovo's, some sort of Lenovo's. I can't remember what the Lenovo's are. And then I have a 16-inch MacBook Pro with an M1 Max, M1 Max chip even. The Lenovo, or not the Lenovo's, the XPS 15s do comply when you plug in something that's less than 130 watts. So if you're charging at 100 watts, it will comply. It will still charge, it will still run unless you're actually pushing that machine to its maximum limits. It will still run and it will still charge. I had mine hooked up to a 100-watt charger day before yesterday, whichever way it was. And as I said, at the start it did comply, but it managed to charge, and by the end of the day it was at 100%. So it is possible to charge an XPS 15 at 9800 watts, but it's just, it won't. If it's completely dead and you start video transcoding or something like that, it may die after a while, or at least it won't run at its full capacity. The MacBook Pro, on the other hand, I haven't seen any issues with that. The existing docking station I have, which is one of the Anchor something or others, I think I've an unboxing on this channel somewhere. If I do, there'll be a link down there. And if I don't, I will have a link to the item in the show notes. But long story boring, that one doesn't quite output I think that's, I can't actually remember what the output on that one is, but it doesn't output at a full 100 watts, I don't think. But it runs the MacBook Pro without issue. Technically speaking, on Anker's website, it does say that it's actually not compatible with a MacBook Pro, an M1 MacBook Pro. I think it's to do with external monitor support. I have it hooked up to a single monitor and it works perfectly. If you wanted it to run 2 monitors, say for example, that's a different story. That's not quite supported, so maybe that's what the support issue is, but everything else has been working grand. The only reason I'm upgrading to this is, one, I got a fairly good deal on it on Amazon Warehouse, link to the description below, and then second of all, this actually is Thunderbolt 4, the other one is Thunderbolt 3. I have a couple of extra Thunderbolt devices that I want to have full speed on. This one will allow me to run multiple monitors, so it actually it'll run dual 4K monitors at 60 Hz, and it will also run an 8K monitor. It doesn't actually say a speed. It's got two SD, well, an SD and a micro SD slot. There's a certified cable in the box, which is always handy. And then one of the nice features on this is it has a 2.5 gig Ethernet port on it as well. Now, for me, that's a nice to have, but it's not something I will probably be using all that often. I have a QNAP something or other. It's an external Thunderbolt adapter that gives me a 10 gig NIC for my MacBook Pro, and I use that one on my MacBook because obviously connecting to external storage for video editing and the like, I want to have as fast as possible, so 10 gig to that. So 2.5 gig, as I said, nice to have, but it's just not something that I will be using on a daily basis. So let's move over to the bench and set this up, and we will start unboxing. Okay, right, so here we are. This is my desk. I am going to do a quick unboxing of this TS4 from CalDigit. So just from what I'm reading in the box, so there is an SD UHS-2 and a micro SD UHS-2 card reader on the front. There's an audio combo port. There are 2 USB-C ports, one of which is 20 watt output. I'm not completely sure what the second one is. Actually, it says there it's 7.5 watts. There is a USB-A 3.2 Gen 2, so it's a 10 gig port. That is 7.5 watts. Actually, the other 2 USB-C ports are 3.2 Gen 2, so they're both 10 gig as well. On the back of the box, we have 2.5 gig base T Ethernet. We have a total of 4 USB-A 3.2 Gen 2. So again, they're the full 10 gig a second ports, 2 of which have 7.5 watts of output while offline charging. The other 2 are just standard 7.5 watt output. We have an audio in and an audio out, so 3.5mm audio ports. There is another USB-C data port on the back, again 10 gig USB-C. We have a power adapter, which is 19.5 volts at 11 amps. So what's that? That's a lot. 190, nearly 200 and something watts of power this takes. Then we have 3 Thunderbolt ports in total. We have an upstream port, which is just under 98 watts output, and we have then 2 downstream ports, which are a maximum of 15 watts a piece, and then finally display port 4. So that's what's on the back of it. Or display port 1.4, sorry, display port 4, that doesn't exist yet. I think we're talking display port 2 at the moment. So inside of the box, that's our device itself. Little bit, it's not heavy, but it's not it feels solid. It's a metally kind of a feel to it. We have quick start installation guide, which I will ignore. We have some statements in Korean and Japanese. Okay, don't know why they're giving me statements in Korean and Japanese. Bit of a doohickey. So, rubber feet installation for horizontal orientation. So if you want it like this, you can add some rubber feet to it, which is actually handy because that's how it will be sitting on my desk. And then there's instructions on how to actually install that, so we'll look into that there. Power adapter, which is European. I did buy this off Amazon in Germany. Amazon in the UK did not have it in stock, so I ended up buying this from Amazon in Germany. So European power adapter, I will have to replace that with a proper one. Thunderbolt 4 cable, handy. And then the power brick. So this is fairly large actually. So this is 230 watts, so 19.5 volts, 11.8 amps, 230 volts total. So yeah, pretty substantial power brick, fairly substantial connector for it. So there's our Thunderbolt 4 cable. Not the longest. What's that, meter? Little over a meter. But it is Thunderbolt 4. It does say on its CalDigit branded as well. So let's have a quick look. I am conscious that the battery on my recorder is looking low, which is worrying given that that was a brand new battery or fully charged battery, and yet it is already running low. So on this side here, it's already got like a rubbery thing, so I don't know if you can see that, but it's, well, I suppose on this desk it's a bit useless, but actually on the table, yeah, it doesn't seem to want to move anywhere. So hopefully the rubber feet do the same job. So on the front, as we see, are micro SD and full SD, microphone headphone combo jack, USB A port, 2 USB C ports, one of which is 20 watts, these two 7.5, all 10 gig. On the back, 4 USB A's, all 10 gig, 2 do output while the host computer is offline, 2 do not. So when I say that, so if you have a phone plugged in there and your laptop is off, it should still power the laptop or the phone. 2.5 gig Ethernet, which is a big selling point on this. Your microphone and headphone jack. Less than 25 minutes battery remaining. 25% battery remaining. Okay, I'm gonna remember that. USB-C, USB-C data. So that's again another 10 gig port. You've got your 3 Thunderbolts, 1 upstream, 2 downstream. So I will plug one of these into my 10 gig port and everything else. Power and display port 1.4. There is a Kensington lock on this as well, so if you want to lock it to your desk, you can. And yeah, so that is it. One thing I did notice compared to the Anchor is the Anchor one has a power button on the front. So if you have a laptop that is, say, closed in the closed position, on the Anchor device you could press the power button and it would start up. This does not seem to have a power button. So if your laptop does not support Wacom mouse, or if you have an external keyboard, which you would need because if your laptop is closed you're going to have an external keyboard. That's kind of, yeah, that's how that works. So if you have an external keyboard, unless your laptop actually has a wake on that feature, you will have to crack the laptop, turn it on, and then close it again and hope that it does its thing. That would have been a nice feature to have. But overall, there's your unboxing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I have read reviews online beforehand, before I bought this, that make it does definitely sound like it works the way they're expecting it to work, or that I'm expecting it to work, I suppose. So yes, so I hope to have a bit more of a review of this later on. I will hook this up to, I will be using my MacBook for test purposes. The Anchor device is gonna actually be in here, hooked up to a couple of monitors for when I'm using either this office for work. So I'll be using the XPS 15, or in the evening if I want to come down here and do video editing or whatever, I will be using a MacBook Pro with that as well. Or I could just stay upstairs. Either way, yeah, so that's it for today, as my battery is about to die. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Links to all the products, affiliate links to all the products, are going to be in the description below. I think I have to legally say that, could be wrong. I have a goal of trying to get to a minimum of 1,000 subscribers. I don't know how attainable that goal is. I have 60 something subscribers at the moment. So if you aren't subscribed, please do. If you like this sort of stuff, you leave a comment, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks, good luck, bye.